I kind of agree. Like a guaranteed lighthearted.
Lighthearted.
Yeah. Is it
Lighthearted.
gonna be one of those episodes again?
We're gonna find out.
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather.
You just ascend.
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't know my voice could go that low.
I thought you were fucking like the devil was possessing you for a second.
Holy shit, wait. I think that's a new octave for me, genuinely.
Are you ready to rumble?
Well, like, get up to beat the shit out of someone halfway through.
That's fine. It's the beauty of editing.
Is it, though?
Are you ready to rumble, Robert?
Poor choice of words, Daniel.
Are you ready to fumble, Philip?
I don't think alliteration is what you needed there.
Are you ready to get down and dirty with Dan? Because this is the Frying Pan Podcast. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Starting
I
off
like
strong.
that.
You like that?
I like that.
I was proud of that one. I am your host, Daniel. My car is fucked sear, and I'm with my co-host.
Robert, my neighbors are loud as shit. D'Onofrio.
Yeah, very weird middle names. Hey, what's wrong with your
Yeah.
neighbors?
Yeah, just being loud, as they are.
It sounded like they were having like you remember in Melee where you could hit Super Smash Bros. Melee, that is, where you would hit the sandbag as far as you could.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
That's what it sounded, or it was sounding like.
To me it sounded just like essentially what it was is a linebacker is just tackling the wall. Essentially.
Oh yeah, just one.
At least that's what I hope it is, considering a picture almost fell off the wall.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I say almost, but it really more just shook a little.
Yeah.
But that's almost in my book, baby.
Hmm. You want to make it like a live podcast? I'll drive over and I can film you like getting in a fist fight with your neighbors.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Because, the diplomatic approach, of course, is never the first option.
No. I mean, why would I talk things out when I can you know, kill people?
The Frying Pan Podcast does not condone violence nor murder in any form.
Maybe. Who knows?
Oh,
Anywho, welcome to episode
tell me what.
3. This is going to be going up on Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. Uh,
Happy Thanksgiving.
if you got a family, I hope you're spending time with that family, and if you don't have a family, uh,
Let us know what you're thankful for in the comments down below.
yes, let me know what you're thankful for. I was gonna say unlucky, but I'm glad you caught me there. Uh,
Well, hey, everyone's got their situation
no, I understand. I understand entirely.
for
Um,
the most part.
what are you gonna be doing this Thanksgiving, my dear friend Robert?
Well, like most people, hopefully engorging myself and then passing out in a turkey-induced coma by 4 p.m.
I'm gonna be real with you. I did not like engorging.
Well, let's be honest. Thanksgiving is the one excuse you have to do that because it's rude if you don't eat grandma's mashed potatoes and your aunt's casserole and the turkey and everything else every relative bought. Or at least that's what it's like in my Italian family.
Oh yeah. See, I have my aunt's from Maine, so you don't get a casserole. She always brings down a meat pie.
A meat pie.
Yeah, it's
What's a
pretty.
meat pie, Dan?
God, I wish I could tell you. It's just like an assortment of ground beef and different kind of meats, and you just kind of
Hmm.
slap that shit in a pie crust, and it's actually really good, believe it or not. But I guess it's really
Hmm.
popular up in Maine and in like Upper New England, and
It
probably.
sounds very not medieval, but you know what I'm talking about, like an olden days meal.
Yeah, no, it's hella medieval. I'll be real. I'll,
Hella medieval. Yes, I forgot. That is the metric they used.
bro, that shit hecka medieval. But
Hecka medieval.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like when people say like, shepherd's pie is like, shepherd's pie, but that actually means that has to have like lamb in it or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I recently figured that out. It never occurred to me that shepherds, have lamb, so shepherd's pie should be, in turn, lamb meat.
Mm.
I never made the connection.
I didn't either until I went to culinary school, and that's where it really kicked in,
Hmm.
which I think I'm just dumb, but it is okay. It's funny because
I
I.
mean,
Oh,
it
sorry.
does dangle in front of your nose, but at the same time, if you're told something's shepherd's pie your whole life, you're probably not going to question it.
That's true.
I think I figured it out because Gordon Ramsay did one of those things where he goes to restaurants and it happened to be in America and they called something shepherd's pie, but it just happened to be meat pie, I guess.
Oh God, dude. I think my new goal in life is to open a restaurant and have it be like I'll make it mediocre at best to start, just so Gordon can come in and scream at me and the chef.
Um,
Do you think that's a bad business idea or
well, I mean, if anything, it just says something about your character more than anything.
what does it say about me, Bobby?
Well, I mean, I would venture to say possibly
Wait,
masochistic.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's a bit of a jump.
Well, I mean, you were basically saying that your whole goal is to make a crappy restaurant in order to get yelled at by Gordon Ramsay.
Are you telling me if you had the option for Gordon Ramsay to yell at you, you wouldn't take that?
Well, I'm not trying to feel like a small person.
You're not trying to feel like an idiot sandwich?
Yeah, I'm not trying to feel like an idiot sandwich.
Uh,
And I don't need to know where the lamb sauce is either.
mm,
I feel like I wouldn't be able to handle Gordon Ramsay just yelling at me.
you know, I would say the same, but then I remember this is entirely off topic, but um I remember when I did travel soccer in my youth, I think I was 11 at the time. We did this one like training camp, and I guess our coach told the coach of the training camp to be as hard on us as possible. And
Oh,
yeah, this guy was screaming at us. He was yelling at us. He was like, "Your coach told me that his goal is to make you guys cry, to toughen you up." And I'm like,
jeez,
yeah. I think I cried. I remember a lot of kids were crying because this dude was fucking
goodness.
like have you ever seen the movie Whiplash?
No, but for all intents and purposes, yes.
Whiplash is a great movie actually. We should watch it. It's about
Whiplash.
yeah, it's like a conductor, he's I don't know, like he's really passionate about giving a good performance, so he's like borderline killing his band to
Hmm.
get them to that level. And,
Oh,
and he just
yes.
belittles the shit out of everyone. He's like a more toxic Gordon Ramsay in a jazz band environment.
Jazz band
Yeah, that's the
environment.
thing that
Yes,
kills me.
known for their toxicity.
And that's what I'm saying, because it's like the setting is a jazz band, and then he's just like, you think jazz is like, oh, it's all cool. We're just grooving to the music. But this dude's like, hey, you fat piece of shit, if you can't, you know how to read
Jesus.
sheet music. Well, that's his thing. Like, um, he just like attacks everyone on like what makes them like all their flaws, and it's really
Oh,
sad. But he does such a good job at the role.
sounds like someone I know.
Sounds like everyone I know. Speaking of everyone I
Ooh,
know belittling each other for their flaws, we had a nice little
ooh.
Friendsgiving on Sunday, didn't we, Bobby?
Yes, a Friendsgiving. So what? So if you guys don't know, the listeners, Friendsgiving is essentially just a Thanksgiving that you have with your friends rather than your whole family.
Mm,
So we had our group of friends over, and well, it actually went a lot better than expected. Not gonna lie.
really? I had high hopes the whole time.
Well, okay, you call yourself optimistic. I mean, you see, not everyone has gone to culinary school, so I was just kind of worried that the cooking abilities of everyone maybe wouldn't have been up to par, or perhaps maybe I don't know. Actually, no, I don't think I had low expectations. I just really wasn't expecting it to be as wholesome as it was, more than anything.
Oh, that's true. I can see that. Well, I mean, for me being the one with the most culinary background, I did fuck up one of the Wellingtons. So, Well,
Oh yes.
not real.
So we can get into that actually. So for the listeners, Dan, your host, took on the challenge of a beef Wellington. Let me tell you, the meat was perfect. It tasted delicious. Puff pastry could have used work, but this guy, he can cook. Ladies, scoop him up.
Oh, stop gassing me. But thank you. Well, let's just say I didn't have enough dough to support the weight of the meat, and it was a little bit of a tragedy, but the meat still tasted fine, so I guess it didn't really matter. I mean, I think the puff pastry still tasted good.
Oh,
I
it
just
definitely did. It didn't,
I
hold to the meat.
I needed more nutmeg with the mushroom spread that went on the puff pastry, and
Mm,
probably a little more seasoning, but
I'm
hindsight
drooling
2020.
already.
Huh?
I'm drooling already.
Oh yes. Well, I'm probably gonna make it for Christmas with my mom when that time comes around, but
Ooh, guess who's having Christmas with the Sear family?
exactly. Well, we used to have a lot of people come down for Christmas, but now it's just kind of like a us thing. Like we don't have any relatives or anything. Everyone just kind of swings down for Thanksgiving.
Well,
Like,
I'll be there.
well, good. You're more than welcome if you can find a way over. But
Hey,
but
I'll go there by train, by plane, by car.
by bar so
Yeah, I was trying to think of something that would
by
by
Star Kirby.
oh Kirby, nice too.
Nice.
But yeah,
But
so Friendsgiving was a great time.
mm, I'm really
And to everyone out there, I'm gonna just talk right over you, just because I need to get this point across.
It's fine.
If you have, a decent sized group of friends, anything more than four even, get together, have a Friendsgiving. It's a great bonding experience. Keep your friends close, especially in this day and age.
I can agree. And even if you can't cook, you can always pull the old like Japanese Christmas and just get a bucket of KFC.
Yeah, actually, yeah, anything really. Just
Yeah, you don't have to.
everyone. The potluck thing actually, I feel that made our experience even better because some of the people that you wouldn't think would ever really cook for you or whatever did bring something. So it was an interesting experience.
Yeah. I really liked that Sylvie put the gravy in the butter boat or butter bowl.
Oh, yeah, everything was great except for someone happened to burn the garlic bread.
Burn is an understatement. That
It
man turned that shit into charcoal.
it was indeed charcoal, but like the man I am, I swallowed it down anyways to
Um,
prove that he did a good job.
Me too. Well, I mean, it was weird because it was like the back half was burnt, but the front was fine.
Well, it's because he stuck it under a broiler.
Yeah. Well, I just don't even think they know what their oven does. So
Well, that oven is probably from the year 2020.
bro, you okay? I have never seen this before, but um, it was our friend's house, and he's at college, so he's home from college, so he went to his
And
house, and
mhm,
they're they're a little better than
they're
well
well
off.
off.
They're
They're
well
what they're
off.
well off. They're
Mm,
well off.
yeah, for the lack of better terms. But I've never seen this before where because I need the meat thermometer for the meat, obviously, and she was like, "Oh, you can just plug it into the oven and you can set what you want the inner temperature of the meat to be through the oven." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I don't know why it was such like a it was honestly like a
Well,
big deal for me.
it genuinely was an oven from the future. Had to have been.
Mm,
Or maybe more or less it just could be, something like that isn't practical in like a culinary setting, like a a restaurant setting
yeah.
where you are used to your cutting edge technology.
Ah, yes, my cutting edge. That's me, Mr. Cut Edge.
Yeah,
But
well, you do have an edge.
I'm pretty edgy, yeah. But I will say, I I really enjoyed our Friendsgiving, and I really liked that I jokingly made everyone say what they were thankful for, but everyone went along with it, except for
Everyone
me.
except for you.
I know.
Yup.
Look, this is my whole.
You know what? Let's take this time now. Let's tell everyone as penance for your sin.
Well,
What are you thankful for, Dan?
let me tell you, in the moment in time, I was getting very emotional because in that moment in time, I realized that I take for granted how great of a group of friends that I have, and I will say I'm very, very thankful for the support that they give me and the laughter and joy that they bring me. And I wish I was able to convey my emotions better, but well, I am not good at that. So
That was beautiful.
I did my best. What can I say? I'm very happy to have the people that I have in my life.
Yeah, everyone except for well, yeah. I
I don't even know who
was
you.
thinking I was thinking of just calling a random person
Yeah.
out. Like, can we like just say Greg and we don't even know a Greg?
I was like, I don't even know who you're insinuating right now, but I guess I'll go with it.
Yeah. Hey Greg, if you're out there, screw you, man.
Eat shit, you fucking ugly motherfucker. That reminds
The
me of
Frying
Bill.
Pan
No,
podcast does not actually hate any form of Gregs.
no,
If
that
your name is
I was
Greg, no offense intended.
I'm sorry. It reminds me of the meme with the white cat, and it's like, hey, what the fuck is this thing? Hey, don't worry,
Goodness.
Lucy.
Jeez. That's a new age meme. I don't think our viewers are going to get that.
No, come on. People have to have seen that one. That one's so good.
We can put a link to it in the video description on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah,
More work
yeah,
for you.
yeah. I'll forget about it. But
Hey, who knows? Well, if he does, just look up the weird cat. I'm sure it'll come up.
yeah, it's got like human eyes. It's unsettling, but it's just
It's kind of like, I wouldn't say nightmare fuel, but it is just very unsettling, like
no,
you said.
no. You could say that shit's nightmare fuel because it low key is.
Like, it's not like it jumped at the guy that was filming it or anything. If it did, I'd probably just, I'd crap my pants and
Well,
cry.
when it started walking towards him, because like at first I was thinking like, oh, it's not even real, and then it
Oh,
started
it
walking.
genuinely does look like a stuffed animal or something.
Yeah, I like how we're hyping up this video, but for people that haven't seen it, they don't know what's going on.
Oh, well, in that case, let's let them find out for themselves and we can just
Yeah, you
move
guys,
on.
you guys can let us know in the comments. We'll reconvene next week.
Reconvene, yes.
We'll jump in for the group huddle. We'll scream team on three, and we'll go out and win the ball game.
Win the ball game. Which ball sport are we playing?
Um, Me myself, I'm a big soccer fan, but I think for this scenario, it'd probably be probably baseball.
Baseball, really? Okay.
Yeah, quote unquote America's pastime, which translates to a dying sport.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't baseball actually declining in viewership?
Oh yeah, baseball's like kind of in the shitter.
Well, sorry, baseball. IMO, you're kind of better than hockey.
What? What?
I don't enjoy hockey, man. Watching that on television, I find it very hard to keep track of the pucks.
Dude, hockey is so hype. I
Like, I can watch some hockey highlights, but watching an actual game for me is at least just as boring as watching a baseball game.
Well, at least like hockey, there's a constant action. Baseball is like, all
True.
right, we're gonna wait. I give endless props to baseball commentators because you have to buy so much time.
True.
Like, yeah, I mean,
Well, I
I'm
mean,
sh
think of okay, I'm once again bulldozing right over you.
yeah,
Think
it's
of like the
fine.
plethora of commentators that football games have. Yeah, they have like analysts, people on the ground, people above. Just to fill time in between, in between each 8-second play.
I forgot Fox Sports has superhumans circling the arenas.
They just have one poor guy strapped to a drone.
No, to like a helicopter. Like they're like, oh, we don't really have the budget for a camera, so
Jeez.
all right, Bill, get up there.
All right, Bill, get up there. Speaking of getting up there,
Okay.
Massachusetts. So Massachusetts, I believe it was today, had their first recreational marijuana sales begin.
Oh, I
And do
see.
you know who was the first in line?
Who was it?
The Massachusetts mayor himself.
Fuck yeah. Can we backtrack?
Backtrack, yeah.
That segue was fire. Getting up there, I was like, oh, where's he going? And he hit me with that. That was good. But anyways,
I,
enlighten me.
so yeah, the Massachusetts mayor. I cannot remember his name.
But
Steven, can you get on that?
quick Google search never hurt nobody.
I can't find
You
it.
got it, dude. Come on.
I'm struggling.
I believe in
I
you.
mean, I mean,
S-
no. Anyways, just Mayor David Narkowicz.
Narcowics.
Pronunciation is up in the air.
All right, it's all right, David. If you want to come on to defend yourself, you're more than welcome to. But
He's quoted to say, "I think there's a lot going on here in trying to bring marijuana out of the shadows." So that's good. That's Massachusetts is the first East Coast state to have recreational marijuana sales currently. There's obviously
woo!
more on their way. Frying Pan Podcast does support recreational marijuana use, or at
Indeed.
least just the overall decriminalization of it.
Hey man, if you want to smoke a little bit before you go to bed, helps you sleep, I'm all for it.
You got back pain and you don't like big pharmaceuticals, smoke a little bit
Yeah. If you just want
if
to
it's legal.
if you just want to hang out with your friends and just pass around a joint, hey, that's okay. As long as you're not disrupting people, it doesn't really matter.
Hmm, interesting.
But
But so back on track. Yeah, he was the first in line.
I
If
think
that's not saying he supports it, I don't know what does.
well, all right, here's my counter argument. Do you think he really supports it or do you think he was trying to get front page of Reddit?
Okay, now that's a good question because let's be honest, that's a surefire way.
Yeah,
But
that's
but I
front
mean,
page material right there.
but I'm not really sure what the. I mean, obviously the people are in favor of marijuana mass, considering it passed.
Mhm.
But essentially, he's putting his not his career on the line, but he is putting something at risk. Going up there and showing such support to be the first in line.
Yeah, but
Because obviously there's still people that oppose that.
I don't even know why. I never understood. Like, I don't think it really affects anyone. Like, if you don't like it, you
Well,
don't like it, but I don't think it's anything to, like, completely shit on.
I mean, I'm sure there's like complicated things like there's the whole like big pharmaceuticals are funding anti-marijuana movements just
Ma-
because they want more money for themselves, and then there's the whole like it is kind of hard to regulate the sales on it. But then if you look at Colorado, passing was it over $1 million in marijuana revenue or something like that recently, and
Really?
that all gets put back into the system. Yeah,
I didn't know
but
that.
not recently. That was actually like probably like 3 months ago, I think.
Nice. Ooh, good job,
But
Colorado. Keep it up.
yeah,
I mean, I think it's, I think it's either. Well, all right. How do you pronounce? What's his last name again?
I believe is Narcowics. It
See, but
now I'm gonna spell it out for you here.
all right,
Narkowicz.
all right.
How would
Let's
you
all right.
pronounce that?
Narcowics, I
Okay,
guess.
we're good.
But all
We're
right.
good.
Well, all right. Here's my thing. David Narcowics doesn't sound like a pothead name. It even his last name even has narc in it. So I'm thinking
Oh,
this man's just trying. I'm thinking this man's just trying to pop off on social media.
mhm.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, I think he's just showing his support,
Hmm.
really. Because obviously he probably had a say in like the voting process for it.
I'd hope so. Do you think do you think in high school his friends called him like Wavy Davy?
I do not know.
Because that would solidify it for me. If like an article came out that in the headline was like Wavy Davy first in line, I'd be like, oh fuck yeah, David. Keep on rocking in the free world. But like David Narkowicz, it's just it
you know
doesn't
what
have
he, you know what he purchased actually.
what do you purchase?
He purchased a chocolate bar, an edible.
A little chocolate Eddie action for Davy Wavy Davy.
Yes.
All right, okay. Well, maybe I'm just being too critical on David here. I do think that's probably my favorite story I've heard today, to be honest.
He also posted the receipt onto Twitter saying,
Okay.
"This receipt is part of the historic first purchase. Plus, I need to make sure hashtag Northampton, Massachusetts was properly credited its local share of new tax revenue.
All right.
So,
See, okay. You you lost me and then you brought me back because I was thinking like he posted the receipt and I'm like, all right, he's just in it for the clout. You know what I mean?
well, if you think about it, right, the
Mm-hmm.
clout still helps. Like, a mayor showing their support. A lot of people that were really on the fence about it, could have been like, oh, even a high ranking political figure in
Mm-hmm.
their local government, will go to such establishment and make a purchase. Maybe it's not as bad as I thought, thus creating less discourse about it and helping it get legal across the U.S.
I can
Um,
I can agree. See,
Recreational marijuana is legal in, I believe, Alaska, Colorado, Nevada, Washington, Oregon,
uh,
Colorado, Mass, I believe Vermont, and Michigan as of
yeah.
right now, and
I,
Maine.
I'm trying to picture like Vermont or not Vermont, sorry, Alaska, just like you're smoking a joint and then there's like a bear in a police uniform and it's like just roars at you and chases you down. Because I always watch the or my dad always watched like the Alaska shows on Discovery,
Mhm.
and like I think I was like 13, and I'd watch them with him because I was interested. And it's like from what they show, there's just absolutely nothing in Alaska. So it's just like, who the
Well,
fuck's gonna catch you?
dude, they have like random shows on Discovery and all the channels. Like they have like Alaskan bush people and
Yeah,
snow patrol and stuff. And I'm like, who cares?
dude, I fucking love Discovery channels.
I
But
love, and like the History Channel is like digress from actual like history stuff to like American pickers and Pawn Stars and stuff.
oh yeah, do you
It's like
remember
a
when
whole bag that I do not want to open because it just depresses me.
Oh amen. Do you remember when Mike Rowe Dirtiest Jobs was the biggest show?
Oh, see that's like when History Channel started going into the reality TV right there.
Yeah, I think that was Discovery actually. But
Either way, I
yeah,
mean they're on the
regardless,
same vein, really.
yeah, they're literally one and the same. But
Jeez, the
I,
line began forming. Tracking back
hmm
at that marijuana dispensary at 12:30 a.m.
oh, when did it
So
open?
if 7:30 a.m.
Oh, Jesus.
No, 8 a.m. Sorry,
Oh, still.
but so if he was the first in, well, I'm not sure if he was the first in line, he would have been waiting for a grip, huh?
I bet you he cut. I bet you
Mm.
David's a cutter.
Could be a cutter. We're not we're not out here trying to accuse David over here. He did do a good thing for the legalization of recreational marijuana.
You know what, Davey? I'm proud of you. Back to like his tweet when I was criticizing it when he brought to the taxes part. I was like, all right, that's our man. He's clean. He's about that smoke, as the kids say.
He
But
wants the smoke.
he
Well,
does.
no, he wants the candy bars.
Yeah, he does want. Oh yeah, you're right. No, he doesn't want
He's
smoke.
he's trying to eat a marijuana edible and just be completely useless for 8 hours.
Hey, nothing I'd rather my mayor do. Right?
Right? Hey, I mean, Thanksgiving is coming up. You can pop that John and just have a very interesting family dinner.
That would that would be interesting. Actually, I was trying to imagine that with my family.
I feel like my family would catch on way too quickly, and I would just get bullied.
See, my family is normally on Thanksgiving. They're normally drunk at 11 a.m.
Oh, yikes!
Yeah, so everyone's got a designated driver, so it all works
Who's your
out.
designated driver, Dan?
Myself, because I'm not drinking. I'm just a wee
Jeez,
baby boy.
just a wee youngin.
Also, I'm too scared to drive to my house and park in my driveway anymore, or my
Oh
parents'
yeah.
driveway.
Dan, why don't you tell our listeners what exactly happened to your car in your driveway?
Dude, I hope my sister listens to this. I'm gonna send her the link to this and I'm gonna timestamp it at this part and be like, hey, give this part a little listen, why don't you?
All
Um,
right, let it all out. Bring it all out in the open for our millions of listeners.
all right. Um, Monday, I got work off. I go to a funeral. It's it's great. Funeral's phenomenal. But
Phenomenal. Everyone loves a good funeral.
oh yes. I I go home, I take a nap unintentionally. I fall asleep on my couch. I wake up and I'm like, "Oh shit. I guess I'll go visit my family." So I drive over, I park in the driveway. I'm sitting in the kitchen talking with everybody and my sister's like, "All right, I'm going to get my nails done." And everyone's like, "Okay." And we don't think anything of it. And then she comes back in. She's like, "Hey, Dan, I hit your car. Keep in mind it's parked, not in the way at all. And my car, side of my car is just fucked. I don't know how she fucking managed it. I don't know if she like picked up her car and threw it at the corner of my car, or if she just. I'm frustrated if it's not visible or audible, but yeah, so none of it's coming out of my pocket, that's for damn sure. But now I got to go through the hassle of insurance claims, and I got to bring it to a shop, and I'm fucking livid.
Dan's sister, come and fight me.
Go,
I'm fighting you for Dan's honor.
just beat the shit.
Now, I don't condone, fighting anybody, women or not, but you have made your dear brother angry, and I believe a formal apology is in order.
They just gave me like
I
a
won't.
bullshit apology, but I will say,
Nope. Make her tweet out an apology to you.
oh,
Bring social media into this.
that'll make it genuine. Well, I will say, speaking of you fighting for my honor,
Ooh.
you brought a great question to my attention in our
Ooh.
we we have a collective little Google Doc that we throw our ideas in, and
Oh, you can't raise the curtain. They can't see the wizard.
all right, well, here's the wizard. He this I'm gonna read it word for word. He
Wizard
says
named Steven.
he says we need to talk about how many kids we think we can realistically take on in a fight if they came at us in waves of 5 with a boss child every 6 waves. My response was a resounding in all caps yes, because now I want you to elaborate on this for me. I want you to
Okay.
give me the rundown on where this scenario happens, why it
So,
happens, yada
listeners,
yada.
I need you to also come along for this ride. I need you to, stop doing what you don't have to stop doing what you're doing, but actually allocate some brain power and think about this. Cuz it's a real thought-provoking question. Now I'm going to say it one more time. How many kids? Now let's just say they vary in ages from 5 to 8. Come at you in waves of 5 with a boss child every 6, and let's just say that boss child's like just a really beefy 11-year-old.
You can make it like a 13-year-old, I'd think.
Okay,
'Cause
all right, let's
that's
go
where
with
they go for
13.
the through the angsty phase, and they probably got like
All right.
some spike bracelet.
Well, I mean that's like a teenager though, so let's just say 12.
All right.
All right. So they come at you in waves of 5, and every 6 is boss child. How many waves do you think you could fight off? Now, let's break the scenario down. Let's
All
just
right.
say you're in a playground setting, so you got playscapes, you have everything you could find at a playground to use at your disposal for creating distance or whatever have you.
Um.
Dan, what is your plan of attack?
All right. In this hypothetical, can I set the scene a little
Go for
bit?
it. Go for it.
All
Go for
right.
it.
Just to some so I don't feel bad beating up children. Um. They're all zombies. This is
Um.
post-apocalyptic playground.
Oh.
All right, how about they're not zombies, but they're just undead, so I won't feel bad when I roundhouse kick a 6-year-old.
All right. Instead, how about they Fortnite dance in the parking lot before they come at you?
Then I'll. I
I
don't.
feel like that makes it okay because at that point, their parents probably will thank you for disciplining them. You don't
Discipline.
you don't have to kill them. You simply just have to dispatch them.
Yeah. Okay. Um, I could go a long time. I'd
You
say
really?
if
How many waves do you think you can make it through?
um. All right, let's say this event's taking place on a Friday. The Thursday before, I got a great night's sleep, and let's say the the war is taking place around 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
All right.
I had a great breakfast. I had a nice chicken salad for lunch. I got energy. I'm ready to
Okay.
throw down. I'm thinking I could probably go um I'll say 26. I'll say 26 to 30 waves.
Really? Okay. Okay. Now, what playground equipment do you think you would use to your advantage?
Um I would pick up the little wood chips and
Oh
I'll
yeah.
put them between my fingers like I'm Wolverine
Oh,
and I'll just like poke them in the eyes and then
that's oddly specific.
I you said what am I going to use around me? And I'm trying to think of
Well, okay. Okay.
like I'm not going to like
Now,
oh
in
actually
that scenario, what I would do,
all right.
mind if I say what I
Are
would
you
do?
hold
I
on.
would go to the top of the playscape,
Okay.
okay? And just stand at the top and for like the first like 15 rounds or so, just Spartan kick them as they come up through the various channels, yeah?
You know, I was thinking that. That's a good idea.
Right? And like hopefully I can maybe kill two birds with one take down two toddlers with one kick.
I could I could kill
Logistics of the statement.
I could kill 2 kids with 1 boot. Oh my god.
Goodness. And say like if I get too tired of kicking, I can just take the slide down and like do like tunnel through them.
Oh yeah.
Um, do some like medieval stuff. Maybe get them on like a merry-go-round. What are those spinny things called?
We can go.
For
I
all
think
intents and
yeah, I think a
purposes, it's a
merry-go-round
merry-go-round.
is
I'm just
that
gonna
works.
try and kite as many as I can onto that and just spin it until they vomit.
Oh god. Well,
No,
yeah,
I'm
you
not
could
saying
definitely
I'm
still
trying to
do it
torture
though.
them, but I feel like once you get the thing spinning fast enough, it would be like relatively low energy to keep that going. And you can keep them on there for as long as possible while you regain your strength.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's say like in this scenario, the parents came up to you and they're like, "Hey, Bobby, my kid just keeps taking my credit card and spending thousands of dollars on V-Bucks."
V
Um,
bucks. V
eh,
bucks for people that don't know is in-game currency in the popular award-winning game Fortnite.
you're gross. Uh,
Well, you can't fight the numbers. It
Hey,
did win the what is it?
all everyone knows what Fortnite is. Tragically,
Well,
I think
sadly.
maybe,
Well,
probably not
hopefully
actually.
people don't know about V-Bucks
But
because that
yeah,
means
all
they're
right.
just kind of they could be sad individuals.
This kid just keeps taking my credit card and he's spending thousands of dollars and I keep canceling my card, but for whatever reason he's got a gun. Like all these kids just
Wait.
randomly have guns and they're just holding their parents at gunpoint so they can spend their money on Fortnite. And they're like, "Bobby, I need your help. I need you to discipline." And like the moms give you like a wink. It's
It's
like
my job just to like I like suit up with like with flip flops strapped to my belt and like just various belts hanging off and stuff.
Jesus. Yes, yeah, like I'm picturing myself in like a full out like a cookout dad kind of attire,
I have
like
my New Balance with my tube socks pulled up to my calves.
my cargo shorts and my life is good t-shirt. It
And a cap that just says nothing on it relevant to you.
no, it'd probably be like a Red Sox cap or like a Bass Pro
Ooh,
Shop kind of cap, you know what I'm saying?
oh, then definitely, I feel you on that.
Mm.
Or just one of those like random obscure fishing caps. You know what I'm talking about?
No, yeah, I got you.
That just have like a fish on them for no apparent reason.
Yeah, cuz why not? Do
Yeah,
you
why not?
so how many rounds
So
did you say you think you could make it to?
so honestly, I feel like if I can use the merry-go-round as a way of like regaining stamina, I feel like I could probably make it to like 40.
Think you do
Definitely
40?
is. I think I could do 40 because my plan for like the boss kid, right? Is that's when I like unleash. That's when I full cock back and just try and one punch that kid into the ground.
See, I think I'd use the other kids as a weapon, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
just like pick him up and swing him around.
yeah.
Like
And
that scene from the first Avengers when Hulk just grabs Loki and just mollywops him around. Mollywop, I love that word.
I do. Mollywop is such like a. It really gets the point across of like I'm beating the shit out of you. I'm
Honestly,
winning.
I try and think of a way that I can slip it into any academic essay I do.
Like you're in you're in fucking Calc 2 and you just
Yeah,
slip
yeah,
in
yeah.
Molly.
You definitely write essays in Calc too, Dan.
No, I'm just saying like you got an equation, you just slip in Mollywop and the professor's just like, "Oh, he gets it." Yeah, he's got it.
Someone give this man his doctorate.
Yeah. When do you want to graduate? Now? All right, bet.
Just write my thesis on the theory of mollywopping.
You could I feel like you could make anything work. You could probably do that if you just like thought about
Who
it for a little
knows?
bit.
Thought about it for a little bit. 65 pages, all about mollywopping.
65 ways of kids,
Six.
all mollywopped. Yeah, what would
So,
the hold on. What do you think the aftermath of that would look like?
I imagine like they would slowly get up and retreat and like regain their energy by drinking Mountain Dew and doing the orange justice.
That's how they power up. Oh.
I imagine that, or they like go back to their parents and be like, "Mom, this 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 man
Yeah.
just beat me up at the playground," and she just looks him dead in the face and just goes, "Good,
Yeah.
good."
Whose credit
How
card are
many
you going to
waves?
be taking?
How many waves do you think we could take together?
Together?
I feel like we could go to
Infinite.
like 100.
Absolute infinite. You could stack these kids and make it 10 per wave, and they're all like 13-year-olds. I'm convinced nothing's stopping us because I feel like we have the dynamic where we could actually do the thing where, like, you grab my arms and you
Oh
swing me around,
yes.
like you helicopter me, and I'm just like judo kicking kids infinitely. But
It's like
they all deserve it. I'm not just senselessly beating kids. I don't condone that.
it's like the ending scene from World Z, where they're all like piling up.
Oh my god, that movie was weird.
Yeah. Well, let's not talk about that though.
Yeah, we'll save our actual movie episodes for we'll try and spread them out instead of making it every episode. I just love movies so much.
I agree,
I
but
love
I
all
feel like
forms
we
of
could
media.
destroy some kids in that scenario.
Yeah, not we wouldn't just beat up a kid in general.
Oh yeah, I
Let that be
totally
known.
haven't. I definitely don't have very strong urges to just stick my leg out and trip a kid when I'm in a store or anything. Sometimes.
If oh my god, all right. If whenever I hear kids screaming and the parents are controlling them,
Ooh.
I'm always like, I dare you to go into an aisle that's not with your parents, and I'll just like,
That sounds oddly
I'll run up and
danger,
I'll just like kick him
danger.
in the face. He's down
Oh
crying, and
man.
I'm like, oh, ma'am, your kid tripped and fell. And
Jeez. That sentence started off like it could have been pretty bad, Dan.
hey, that's your fault for taking it that way. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, I mean, realistically, when you hear someone saying, yeah, kid, just wait till your parents, wait till you get out of your parents' sight." Like,
Bobby, I am a child of God. I would never even think to do such a disgusting
heinous.
act, heinous, revolting act.
Huh.
So I would appreciate if you got your mind out of the gutters.
Speaking of that scenario, though, like,
Uh,
I have a 6-year-old niece, yeah?
where are you going with this?
Now, not bad.
I'm listening.
Oh, not that bad. No, she's a little angel. I love her to pieces. But let me tell you, okay, I never thought I was this annoying at 6 years old.
Okay.
But I've never looked at like if you have like a child between the ages like 4 and 7, I feel, and you're a parent, like you have the strongest will known to man. Because I'll babysit her for maybe like an hour and a half, and on like the fourth time, she like dumps paint on the floor or some shit. I'm just like, all right, well, on the fifth time, I may or may not accidentally dump it on your head.
Mm.
I'm not saying See, I'm trying to make myself not sound bad for having these urges, but
No,
let me tell you, kids can be freaking annoying,
I'm
man.
telling you, we're just saying what everyone else is thinking. Because I know for a fact that people like, well, I can't just beat the shit out of a 6-year-old, but I think I'm allowed to think it.
I don't think anyone thinks, I'm just gonna pummel this fucker into the ground.
Muda, 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 muda. But
but I've definitely, seen some annoying kids be like, "Yeah, man, I could probably sweep that little fucker's legs right out from under him.
oh
He wouldn't
yeah,
even know what's coming."
I'm telling you, kids are getting worse and worse as the years go on.
You think?
I think I think kids are getting more annoying. I think they're evolving too quickly. Like I think kids are just getting a hold of the internet way too fast.
Oh, definitely. My niece, like I said, 6 years old, knows how to work an iPad, knows how to work a cell phone. It's bizarre. She barely knows how to read, but she can go to YouTube and look at random doll videos and
Oh yeah,
stuff.
dude, I'm
I've never like I so I had to install like parental controls for my sister, yeah.
mhm.
And it didn't even occur to me at 6 years old, like to like I've never gotten that scenario when I was 6 that I needed to put on like parental controls at 6.
Oh yeah.
Maybe when I hit like 12 and I started actually becoming a person, but sub 10 years old, like you're still practically demon spawn.
Oh yeah,
Like
you're not God's gift.
yeah, you're barely a person at that point. Like you don't have like you lack empathy if you're under 10. And empathy is what makes us, human.
Yeah. At least yeah, I see that. I feel like when I was like 6, I was just like I can't wait to play baseball with my friends. Dad, can you drive us to the park? When I was just like, Mom, give me your iPhone. I want to play Fortnite. I'm like, oh golly.
So for me, it was like the moment I hit 8 years old, I was my dad purchased an Xbox 360. The moment I hit 8, I'm like, Mom, when are we gonna get home? I want to play Halo.
Oh yeah. See, yeah, I was late to that. I think I was like 13 when I got my Xbox. And it was all
See,
downhill from there.
that,
Dude, when I was like 13 to 15, dude, I was pushing 210.
210. Jeez,
Yeah.
that's a beefy kid.
I was 5'5", 210. Um,
All muscle, by the way.
wait, did I say 5'10"? I meant like 5'5". No, I think I said 5'5", 210.
Yeah, you said 5'5",
I think
210.
I'm just an idiot.
Of
Bottom
pure
line.
muscle, by the way. Yeah, he could lift cars at the age of 14.
No, I think you meant I could eat a whole birthday cake and feel no remorse.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was like 14, I could murder a pizza by myself.
Well, all
And
right.
that's another thing about
Let,
being young. Like young, if you're young, for some reason your stomach is just bottomless. Or at least for me personally. Maybe
yeah,
that's because I was just a little chubby fuck though.
yeah. My thing is I could still murder a whole pizza, but I will feel like absolute death for the whole next day.
Yeah, you have the mental signals being like, "All right, remember what happened last time?
And I'm like,
Remember how you were kind of begging for death, like thinking maybe if I throw up on purpose it'll go away, but at the same time that's not a healthy habit."
yeah. Yeah, at this point I'm just like, fuck it, I'll take the consequences. I mean, I'm going to the gym 5 days a week, so I'm working it off, but I still
Ooh.
feel like death.
See, I'm at that point where I'm like, huh, maybe I should take I believe it's Zantac before I have anything greasy, like the anti heartburn or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm old, by the way.
See, I don't get heartburn. I haven't gotten
You know,
heartburn in years.
let me tell you, man, heartburn is one of the weirdest like pains to have.
It's
'Cause,
just it's unsettling from what I remember.
well, let me tell you, I've never thought I've had a like obviously I'm not old enough to have I'm not at the standard age where I have heart attacks, but for me to actually question if I'm currently having a heart attack says something about it.
Yeah, that's a little bad, not good.
Like I distinctly remember one of the worst bouts of heartburn I ever had. I ate chili the night before,
Oh,
and the for breakfast me and my father went out to Mexican,
oh
or not breakfast, I'm
God.
sorry, lunch.
Okay.
And this was so I think it was like burrito and then like quesadilla. Like we went all out. I
Mm-hmm.
remember later that night I was crying. I'm 16. Yeah, I'm 16 and I'm crying and I'm like calling my dad cuz he's upstairs. My room was downstairs. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
calling him. And I'm like, "Dad, I need your help." And he sprints downstairs, practically kicks my door open, and I'm just laying there like holding my chest And I'm like, I think I'm having a heart attack. And I'm like, and see the look on his face, like, the concern didn't go away, but the narrowing of his eyes, like I could tell, like, huh, maybe I'm not having a heart attack.
Yeah.
You know, because he also gets heartburn as well, so he probably knew his way around. He probably, because this was like my first true heartburn, bad heartburn.
Yeah.
And that is also the night I discovered the gloriousness of like Tums and stuff. And let me tell you, there is a limit to the amount of Tums you can have, believe
Oh,
it or not.
were you the type of person that's like, oh shit, it's like sweet tarts, but
No, 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 no.
okay,
See,
good.
there. I'm just gonna say this as a PSA. There is an amount of Tums that you can have in a day, and if you eat more than that, you will have a very fierce stomach ache.
I think it's
I learned
6.
from experience. You should learn from mine. I think no, it's like 12 or something like that.
No,
It's a lot.
I was lowballing.
But
Sorry.
anyways, so the heartburn was so bad. I was crying. I was holding my chest. I'm like, Dad, I think I need to go to the hospital. And he's like, the stuck in his ways type of deal. He's like, oh, just go drink some whole milk and eat a piece of bread or something like that. It'll ease the pain.
Oh yeah.
And I distinctly remember like trying to eat bread and drink milk at the same time and just like coughing it up onto my chest because it
Oh.
hurt so bad. Yeah,
Oh.
that's an image for you. Hope you're not eating.
Thanks.
But yeah, the heartburn, not a good feeling
No, that's not the
at
best.
all. So precautionary. If you get bad heartburn, I recommend taking the medication, the over the counter. I think it's called Zantac, before you eat something greasy, and it will be a huge payoff, big time. Especially if you're kind of like me, who like realizes greasy foods give you heartburn, but at the same time, you will still eat it.
Mm. Yeah, that's a bad habit of mine. Where
Well, I'm not gonna let no heartburn get in the way of some good old quesadillas.
I'm gonna raise no bitch.
Yeah, mama didn't raise no bitch. Who do you think I am?
You're right. Yeah, I have the problem of like, oh, I'm really full, but who else is gonna eat the rest of this pizza tonight? And then I'm like, all right, I gotta take one for the team, boys. And then I power through. But then my
See,
guts. Sorry, you go.
no. See, I'm totally with you, but like I'll like put some in the fridge, after, and then I'll get up like 3 in the morning to go grab some water, and I'll look at the pizza in the fridge. I'll be like, will a slice of meat lovers pizza at 3 in the morning not be good in 4 hours? And 78% of the time, it's not good in 4 hours.
Mm.
But I really think that I've never actually not taken a slice back to my room if I see it at like 4 in the morning or 3 in the morning.
See, I'm really thankful that I do intermittent fasting. So
Mhm.
I don't have the urge to eat at like midnight anymore.
See, I'm not a big night eater just because my goal basically for the night is to not have to wake up and use the bathroom, and I won't go more into that just because I think we've had enough gross stuff.
No, I feel you on that.
But pizza for some reason is just my weakness when it comes to late night, like, quote, snacking.
Mm. Yeah, it used to be really bad for me, like, because when I used to live at home, my bed was I've never had a comfy bed until I moved out. It's always just it's been just like sitting on like I don't know, it's only comfy if I'm either extremely under the influence or if I'm really 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 tired.
Mhm.
It's the only time I was ever comfy. So like I'd always wake up in the middle of the night and I always just find myself wandering downstairs, looking in the fridge, and I'm like, what can I slap in the microwave really quick? Or actually, no, I remember my thing used to be when I was really young and I used to eat like KFC. Um,
Ooh.
I'd intentionally leave some because I got it from my mom. I love eating like cold chicken, not like
I agree with you.
not
Not raw,
yeah, not like raw,
obviously.
but like if it's cooked and like I put in the fridge that night, I'll have it in the morning.
As like a chicken and waffles type of deal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh, I have to agree though. Cold chicken is pretty good.
yeah. It just it
Um,
feels weird though. Like it just
See,
feels
I was
unnatural.
bullied by my parents into like the whole stigma of if you eat food past 8:30 p.m., you will have nightmares or whatever. And I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
damn, I don't want a nightmare. So I just kind of believed that until then I realized like there was very little connection between
Yeah.
that.
Or
I still kind of held the habit.
you're like, oh, well, I can't eat past 8:30, but they never said that eating at 5 in the morning would give me
Exactly.
nightmares. You're just finding
Exactly.
loopholes and shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Did you ever have any like weird things that your parents told you that you ultimately figured out were in fact weird?
Um, I probably have a lot. I know it's not something my parents did, but it's something I did.
Mm.
I don't know if like as a kid if English wasn't my first language. I don't remember. But my parents have like a book of words that I fucked up as a kid. I'll have to go and find it for next episode and read some off, but like I just for the life of me couldn't pronounce anything correctly. And
That's like me now.
yeah, but it wasn't like I'd stutter with it. I just straight out said it like completely wrong. Like I used to call woodchucks, I called them woodchickups.
Oh my,
And I thought that was just normal. I thought it was fine.
that's an extra syllable.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe it just wasn't my first language. That's what I'm gonna go with. It sounds the best, right?
You were like French in your past life or something.
Well, I'm French in this life too, so
Well, yeah, but the Canadian kind, no?
yeah. Oh, it's still French.
Is it?
It's yeah. It's like, oh, you're American, but the California kind.
Well, yeah.
Oh, you're British,
I,
but you're the UK kind.
speaking of like things you did when a kid, I had a habit of taking like things apart, like just TV remotes, game console controllers, game consoles, random electronic cars and stuff. But you see, I never put them back together. So about age probably like 11, my parents found the chest that I kept just all the random parts in from the stuff that was just disappearing around the house.
Wait, what?
And it was and it was just cases of like remotes and electronics that I just took apart. Like, with a screw like professionally, like with a
What the
screwdriver and
fuck, Bobby?
everything. Yeah, I was just a very curious kid about what was inside, but I just never put anything back together.
I could pronounce words, but you're just fucking sabot. You're literally like Dennis the Menace to your family.
Well, no, it's not like I would take like things like I'm like, oh, I know they need the bread maker, so I'm gonna take apart the bread maker.
Oh,
It'd be like I'd go into the basement where all like the old stuff was stored and be like, huh, I wonder what this old coffee maker looks like on the inside.
okay. Well,
And like, but anyway, I kept all the stuff in a chest, and I remember having to explain that was kind of awkward because I really didn't know.
you know
Like, I
how
wonder if
to.
my parents thought I was like maybe like a special needs or something at that point because I really couldn't quantify it. Like, I was just like, well, I wanted to take it apart.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather you taking apart coffee machines than being
You
like,
know,
yeah, being like
skinning cats or something.
yeah, like being like a serial killer. You're just like, oh, I'm gonna go kill the neighbor's cat.
Yeah, and thankfully I haven't had any urges to do that lately.
Uh, mm,
Huh?
uh,
Cut that out. Cut that
wait,
out.
rewind. I'll give you a rewind right there.
Thankfully, I haven't had any urges to do that at all.
Not once, never.
Never.
Well, what was the next topic? Oh, I had something I wanted to
Goodness.
talk about.
Hit me with it.
Um, I got an action-packed next couple weeks.
Action packed. Ooh, I know what this Saturday's action packed is.
All right,
Ooh,
we.
am I gonna spoil it for you, or are you gonna get to say it? Just kidding. You can say it.
It's like, well, I'm trying.
I'm
Uh,
stealing your thunder, baby.
well, I got a half day of work tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday because we record these on Tuesdays. Spilled the beans. Sorry.
Wait. Stop. You can't keep raising the curtain like that.
I'm giving the secrets away. But half day tomorrow. Then we got Thanksgiving on Thursday. We got no work Friday, and we're all gonna hang out at our friend's house that we had the Friendsgiving at, and just chill, hang out, maybe do some Black Friday shopping, and then
Black Friday.
yeah,
That's something we can talk about as well.
yeah. I'll probably
Maybe.
I probably won't buy anything, but
I feel like the next episode we'll talk about Black Friday. I think because we get to look at all the crazy stories that's happened at Walmart and Best Buy of people decking each other for
yeah.
big TVs.
Single mom lays haymaker on family of five.
Yeah, right.
Wins the plasma
He,
screen.
right. Grandmother stole Stone Cold Steve Austin's young boy.
Grandma elbow drops off her walker. Jesus.
Grandpa slide tackles police officer to get to MacBook Air.
Oh, that's good. Mom uses 5-year-old as. I couldn't even think of anything.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
mom uses 5-year-old as riot shield to get to the cosmetology.
Like she has like a little JanSport backpack and she puts it so like the handles are like she has the backpack like where the bag is on his chest and she has like the straps around her arms so she's just plowing through people with them. Oh Jesus. Oh, that was a fucking banger. But
Oh Jesus. So
anyways,
yeah, you're Saturday. You're saying.
Saturday, I'm going to get my half sleeve finished, and it's going to be transitioning into my full sleeve, and I'm really excited for that.
And by full sleeve, he does mean tattoos.
Yes,
If
yeah,
that wasn't eminent.
that might have helped. But yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get a nice little 8 hour session with the homie Kelly. For
Shout out.
all right, yeah, shout out to Kelly Green. If you are in Connecticut and you're looking to get a nice tattoo from a nice person, Stable Studios in Bolton, really great place. It's the aesthetic of it is actually really good. If you come with me Saturday, you'll love it. By the way,
I'll love it.
yeah,
I'll just love it.
you'll love the little aesthetic of it.
If you say I will, I have to now.
Well, exactly, because everything I say you have to do.
Yes, master.
Yes, it's like a Simon Says, but not at all. But anyways, yeah, and then the week after that, that Saturday after, I'm going to Travis Scott concert.
Ooh, ooh. For
Ooh.
people that don't know, Travis Scott is a music artist.
Okay, Bobby, you act like the people that are listening to this are just like they just found sunlight and they've been under a rock for 30 years.
Hey, man, some people could be, could just not leave their house, and this is the only form of news that they get.
You're right.
Who
Well, I mean,
knows?
I feel like they'll just like Google, "Oh, who's Travis Scott?"
Yeah, now I think about it, I guess they do have the internet.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, Travis Scott is like what genre would you consider Travis Scott?
he's a rapper.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's a rapper.
He
He's
makes
got some bangers.
he makes absolute bangers, so I'm really excited to see that. I've
All right, all right.
bought the tickets back in September, and I actually
Yeah,
entirely forgot about it
he's
until
going without me, so
well, you're like you listen to fucking bluegrass. So, not really.
wait a minute.
Do you know what bluegrass is?
Not a clue.
It's like
I
the
listen to John Denver and John Denver only.
I only listen to Country Road, but bluegrass
In
is
in Africa by Toto.
hey man, bluegrass is like banjo and like "Well, she going around the world," like that kind of, you know what I
That
mean?
was actually strikingly good.
Debatable.
I
I
don't know,
think
man. I feel like you could. I feel like you could be a country singer.
I think you could have went with
Based off
alarming.
that.
That might have been the better choice of
I don't know.
words.
I was a little surprised there.
Well, who knows? If this doesn't take off, maybe the music career will. Actually, I remember.
Frying pan band.
Yeah, I remember when I illegally downloaded Fruity Loops.
Uh, no, no. He's joking, of course.
No, but I remember when I got that, I was like, "Oh, dude, I'm gonna be producer. It's gonna be so fucking sick." And then I was like trying to make music, and I was like,
Making
"Nah."
beats is hard.
Yeah, I'm like, "This ain't it, chief. Go next."
No, it's actually insane. One of my cousins is really good with Fruity Loops. He sent me a soundbite of a song that he's made recently,
Oh, really?
or it's been starting to make. It's actually really good. He does like a lot of like electronic stuff, but
Mm,
it's actually he's pretty good. He's pretty talented. Granted, he has been using the program, I'd say for at least 8 years now. I remember
oh,
in my early
jeez,
childhood him learning it.
that's actually impressive.
Yeah,
Glad he stuck with
yeah,
it
yeah,
that long.
definitely.
See,
Well, he's on and off with it, really.
yeah. See, if I were to make music, I would make just like lo-fi jazz things, and I just I'd put it on YouTube. Title of it's all in all lowercase. I got a nice little anime profile picture. I got like a sad boy name. It'd be great.
You're just calling out every lo-fi artist.
I know. I love lo-fi.
I do as well. I had a nice lo-fi playlist going today throughout my day.
Nice. I always
Yeah,
do,
it was
but like
nice and chill.
sometimes I need a little bit of a kick through my day. Like I'll start off with it, but
Mm.
once it hits 10, I'm like, all right, I'll slap on some podcasts.
For me, it's more just like, all right, throw on a random playlist, and it's like after the first three songs, I ask myself, is this doing it? And if the answer is no, move on to the next one.
Is it clicking?
Am I headbanging so hard I can feel my brain hitting my forehead?
That was actually to backtrack to the sister hitting my car thing. I remember
Mm.
driving home. I opened Spotify and I immediately started playing Dragon Force and I just cranked it all the way as loud as possible because I was like, I'm not mad,
Dan
but
drives straight to the gym and just maxes out
yeah.
every weight he's ever done.
I'm just screaming. I'm throwing the weights and I go to Planet Fitness, so they're like, "Oh, sir, you can't do that." And I turn around, my eyes are just red, and they're like,
Just
"Oh,
bulging.
yeah, okay, sir, you can do that just this once." God.
Goodness Christ.
Hey, you want to know something interesting?
What's that?
We've actually been recording for an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, all right. Let's wrap this up. Do you mind if I wrap this up?
Oh, you can. I was just gonna say, whenever we record it never feels like an hour.
Well, that's just because I enjoy talking to you, and it's not, it's a nut, it's kind of like a different way of talking almost when you're talking for, you and I are obviously having like a conversation, but we're also like doing it for quote listeners as well.
Yeah.
So it's like almost it's definitely a different kind of conversation.
Yeah, I like it though. Like it a
Definitely.
loot.
All right. Mind if I close this out?
Hit me with it.
All right, guys. This has been the Frying Pan Podcast. If you have any business inquiries, hit us at this email.
In the Pan Podcast
All
at
right.
gmail.com.
You can also follow us on Twitter, the Frying Pan Pod, the Instagram, also the Frying Pan Pod. Podbean is the Frying Pan, and you can see us on Spotify if you're not listening to us there. You can also find us on YouTube. Just type in Frying Pan Podcast. We're also on Apple Music now, which we were last week as well. But if you didn't know, so we're on the vast majority of platforms now, which is pretty cool.
Woo!
Good for us. Good job, Dan. That was a lot of work.
Thank you.
Our host Dan actually did the vast majority, if not all of that, and it actually takes quite a lot of time and effort. So
It's just a lot of
hats off to him.
it's just a lot of waiting, really.
So please drop us a rating, leave a comment, tell us what you think we can do better, what you think we did well. Stuff maybe we didn't do so well, but try and keep it on the nice side. Because no one likes a dick.
Yeah, I can agree to that. I mean, I'm all for constructive criticism, and if you want to leave a nice little nasty review making fun of my weight, go for it. I'll find you in real life.
He will. He's
I'll find you IRL, bro. Like it's
his dad owns the FBI.
my dad could beat the shit out of your dad.
Anyways, so since you raised the current a little bit, I will as well. We've also been throwing around the ideas of having a little mini episode coming around. Let us know what you think. We'll probably release one or two just to see how it is, see how it feels. But also try and let us know what you think of that. If we did a mini episode as well sometime during the week. So, like I've said, follow us on social media, leave a review. I've been Robert D'Onofrio.
I have been and also am Daniel Sear.
Thank you for listening, and I hope you guys have a great day.
Have a nice day. Enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Yeah, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Hope you had a great one.
Play this at the dinner table. Hopefully your aunts, uncles, and grandmas will acknowledge it, I guess.
Oh, and on a side note, if you're traveling during this holiday time, just be safe. Don't text and drive. It gets hectic.
Don't drink and drive, or drink responsibly and drive.
Yeah. Just limit risk. That's how it should be.
Hey, man. All right. Take care.
All right, see you guys.